not escape me again.
Honestly, I don't know what they could do visually different for Dagon becoming Villgax, but since we've already seen his Vilcubra form, and this is essentially just that as a head, and with red eyes instead of purple, it's just not that cool. I don't know, how would you guys design DagonGax to look different from Vilcubra? You don't actually have to draw anything, you can throw a comment, but I mean, feel free to draw something and tag me in it, I'd love to see.
Well, I mean, if you're just gonna hand me a video idea, the only issue is I suck at drawing anything organic. But, considering there are countless different PNGs out there Ben 10 stuff, that's not as big of a problem here, because I can just cheat and trace over stuff. I'm borrowing most heavily from the classic version of Villgax, because honestly, he's the best version. But I am going to incorporate a few elements of UAF Villgax, most notably his Infinity Gauntlet thingy. Yeah, a good chunk of this video is just going to be me tracing outlines. But things are going to kick off once we get to where I can actually color it in, because that's when I get to do the cool stuff. As you may have noticed, just then I accidentally traced the outlines on the wrong layer. But that's what the undo panel's for. Now that I've gotten the glove outline done, I can start outlining the gross, flesh-rip, wrinkle things classic Villgax had. Those will be important later. Now we gotta do his pauldrons. And now we're outlining his bodysuit. Especially that crotch V that every character seems to have, that always feels a little awkward to outline. My dog say hello. Let's get his other pauldron. And now we're gonna pull up another copy of UAF Villgax so I can get his head for this. But to get it to line up right, we have to make him wide. Next, we outline his cybernetics and tentacles. Then the color of his armor. And now, unlike somebody's ultimate designs, I give him legs. I'm going to use UAF Villgax's pants for this because I don't want the weird thigh window thing classic Villgax had. And now we do his second arm, in all of its stretchy fleshy-ness. God, that sounds so wrong out of context. Even in context, it still sounds a little off, but let's keep going. It wasn't until this exact moment that I realized that classic Villgax has tiny little baby hands. So, I copied UAF Villgax Gauntlet again, flipped it around, and used that to make his new hand. Happily enough, this also let me bulk his arm out a bit to make it even thicker, making him look even stronger. I added a bit more detail to his face outline, making a divide for his lips and adding the lines on his cybernetics. Finally, the outline is done. Now we can get to the cool part. I sampled the base color from Vilcubra and started bucket filling in. Then I did the same thing for his pants and armor and pants. And boots. And pants. And boots and pants and boots and pants. Then, after I realized his color wasn't quite right, I swapped it for Villgax's lighter one. Then, I finished out the base color for the rest of his gear. Including his cybernetics. Then I colored his eyes red and got to work on the part that was really gonna sell this. Remember how I said his weird skin stretchy fold thingies were gonna be important? Well, here's why. The one thing I was 100% sure when I started this drawing was this. Those wrinkle line things in classic Villgax's skin pulsing with a magic energy, kinda like a mixture of Gwen's mana and the purple lightning he had as Villgax. Admittedly, it looks a bit closer to Gwen's mana than the purple lightning Villgax, but honestly I think that works. Once the 2 layers of pink were down, I came back in with a spastic clicking of red to make it really pop. Now all I had to do was parry it all over to the other scar tissue skin wrinkle fold thingies. Once that was done, it was time to add a couple more colors to Villgax, giving that amoeba goo look all the Dagon creatures had. Of course, I couldn't just do it to the face, I had to do it to the arms as well. Now all that was really left was the finishing touches of making the parts shiny that were supposed to be shiny, but that was a little easier said than done. I wasn't quite sure where the shine effects needed to be, so I had to experiment with it a little bit. Ultimately, I went with something really close to classic Villgax yet again. The shine on the glove and pants were a lot easier to figure out how I was doing. For both of them, it was just a basic 3-tone light gradient. It's probably not the technical term, but whatever. I went even simpler with the gem, just 2 different colors, one slightly lighter than the other. Same thing with the armor plating on his pants. Also, dog, say hi again. One last color gradient for the cybernetics. A little tweak to the eyes. The shine to the other pant leg that I accidentally forgot to do the first time. And I was ready to clear out my reference images in preparation for the final act. Filters.
It's over, Tennyson. With the power of Dagon under my command, I have become the ultimate Villgax.